Hey there, it's Chaya, and I'm back with Naked, the Messy Middle Edition. So, this series, as you guys know, is literally to show you how messy it gets on the way to where we're going, to every goal that you have. There's always this on the way time that no one likes to talk about. The time where, it's like rubbing two rocks together, and it's just like, ugh, but that's how the diamond gets shiny, right? Well, then I want to normalize talking about it because I believe that that's really where a lot of our problems come from, thinking that we're the only ones going through it. Well, I'm here to tell you that absolutely not. You're never the only one going through it. You might be the only one in your specific shoes, but I'm here to take back the curtain and show you I may be living an awesome life. I'm living an awesome life and I love it. I wake up every morning. I have a stable job. I'm working on the housing right now, but I have a stable relationship. I have friends. I literally built up a life for myself that I'm happy to live in. And yet, in that happy, there is this messy, messy place. On my way to those goals, on my way to change, on my way out of my comfort zone, getting comfortable with being so uncomfortable, there's this messy place of, the place I'm in right now. The place that I'm in, honestly, a lot of the time, it's a messy place. And yet at the same time, it's the most beautiful place I've ever seen. So, what I'm trying to normalize within myself and hopefully for this world is understanding that in that messy place, it is okay. It's okay to be in it. It's okay to find someone else in it. It's a normal place to be in. It's very normal to even be like really on the top of the world and then a moment later, boom, into the messy again. It's like literally the norm. That's not that's not like a mental illness. That is humanity. Humanity means that on 1 minute you can be really, really high and excited, and the next minute, not. Obviously, there are some mental illnesses that take it to the next level, but I'm here to normalize just the reality of it. And I'm saying it a lot, honestly, right now because I need to hear it. Because I feel like right now is like a tough moment. Because on the one hand, I'm feeling this amazing feeling of gratitude. Like really, I'm grateful for as I said, I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for my nieces. I'm grateful for this amazing relationship I'm in and the future that comes with that. I'm grateful for therapy. I'm grateful for like my job, my car, literally my entire life. Like I'm like looking at my past and looking at where I am today, and it's like it's a miracle. I was the kid who didn't have food. I was the kid who was sexually abused. I was the kid who became depressed because of that, and then was abused many, many more times, sexually, physically, emotionally, spiritually, every kind of way. And I was also the kid who made it okay for other people to hurt me because I understood them over understanding me. And yet, somehow, I crawled out of that cycle and I managed to, with a lot of hard work, which I kind of wish I documented at that time, but which is why I'm documenting it now, because I know that there's going to be a time I'm going to look back and it's going to be like, how did I do this? So with a lot of hard work and a lot of messy middles, but I managed to climb out of there and get myself into a world in which I'm actually happy to wake up in every morning. I'm like, it is mind blowing. And there's so much gratitude when I talk about that because, like, I remember what it's like. I remember not wanting to wake up. I remember not having food. I remember, I just remember being homeless. I remember all of it. I remember the pain. I remember the fear. I remember the knowing that I'm alone and not letting anyone in, never letting anyone in. I remember the abuse. Boy, do I remember the abuse. I remember the lies. I remember all of it. And it doesn't exist in my world today, though. It's not here. There's no actual person doing it to me. And that's part of what the whole messy is, because then there's this part of me that has PTSD that brings back what was, and it freaks out. And it says, you know, they're here now, but what if they leave? They, you know, different stuff trying to trip me up because it's really trying to protect me. There's a part of me that is on guard 24/7 trying to protect me from that ever happening again, from every part of my old story being my story today. It's trying to protect me. However, it's not protection. I don't need protection anymore. I'm not the kind of person who needs it anymore because I keep on growing. I'm not a little girl anymore. When I was little, I needed protection. My dad should have given it to me. My mom should have given it to me. If they didn't give it to me, I learned how to give it to me. But a little girl protecting herself is too much. Now that little girl grew up, and her protection skills are that of a little girl. My protection skills are that of a little girl, of a 6-year-old, trying to protect an adult. That's too much. And I guess, you know, I want to take a moment here because I guess I'm seeing it in a different light right now. And I want to, hey little Chaya, you know, it's hard for me because when you're trying to protect me, I get overwhelmed. I get really overwhelmed. I feel like you're trying to stifle me, and I feel like right this moment I'm realizing that you're actually, like, you really, really, really want to protect me. I say that, but it's right this moment, it's like hitting me how much you want to protect me. And all I can see is that little girl and the strength you had as a little girl. Like, you did deserve parents that would love you no matter what, with no strings attached. You deserved protection from the bad people. You deserved protection from everything. You deserve to be safe, to have food, to have shelter. You deserved to be safe. And I know that those methods of protection, you know, pretending life was good and even blacking out and all of those methods of protection, I know that they were created to protect, and they really did. They saved my life time and again, but they're not helpful anymore. They're overwhelming me, and when they overwhelm me, I don't have room to be all the other things. And I want to tell you, I am a little overwhelmed right now. I'm so grateful, and yet I'm so overwhelmed. And I want to put the overwhelm aside. And I want to be able to try to be there for you and make all the stuff that make you feel yummy and take care of you the way you deserve. I need you to step aside. I need you to put the protection aside and just watch. It's my job to protect you, and I want to protect you. I want to do that. I really want to do that. I also want to let you know that I am feeling a little overwhelmed, and therefore it might not be as strong. I may not be able to do as much as I can do when I'm not overwhelmed. But I believe if you can step aside and move this overwhelm aside and this protection aside, I will be able to be there for you and show you what you deserve. You never deserved that, any of that. It was never your fault. That's the messy middle, guys. Is finding new ways to talk to myself. Finding new ways to understand what's happening. This is the epitome of the messy middle. Finding that new language within myself regarding what's going on. Finding a way to be allowed to be grateful. Like, I'm so beyond grateful right now. Like, I can literally in a second go into this like, oh my God, life is so good. And then being allowed to also go into that next stage of like overwhelm of like, oh my God, there's a little 6-year-old trying to protect me, an adult. And a part of me wants to be angry at her, but every part of me wants to understand her and does understand her. So letting that whole mess be and allowing it to create its own center. That is the messy middle. That is how we slowly create real freedom for ourselves. And for those of you who don't know, that's my ultimate goal. I will see you guys soon, won't I? You know the drill. You like, you subscribe, you comment. You gotta let me know something. Have you subscribed already? If not, what are you waiting for? All right, like this video. I'll see you soon.